Hello guys, hello my beautiful people. How are you doing? Good afternoon, good evening from the beautiful city of Zurich, Switzerland. It's such a crazy weather today. It's so cold, not it was so cold. It's like -3 today. It's freezing cold. I might sound somehow, I'm a bit under the weather, so I have my vitamin C water here. Might be sipping from time to time. Yeah, so as I said to you in my previous video, if you haven't watched my video, I might be leaving it in the cards here, that in this period of December, everyone is doing vlogmas, and me personally, I decided to do a series about domestic abuse. I chose to do this because I know that this is Christmas period. A lot of people are under stress. They're trying to please their spouse. They're trying to please their in-laws. They're trying to please friends. They're going out and beyond. So hence why I decided to do this series. So in this episode today, we're going to be talking about emotional abuse. There are different forms of abuse that I discussed in my previous video. So today I am talking about emotional abuse. It's funny that in the African culture, we really don't talk about emotional abuse. The only form of abuse that is being recognized is physical, where people see scar on your face, or they see your eyes are swollen, or a black scar underneath your eyes, or your hand is broken, or some people end up in the mall. Nobody talk about emotional part of it, and emotional is the one that kills you from deep inside, because in most cases when emotions are involved, especially women, we go all out with all our emotion, not thinking about what we're going to lose. When you love with all your heart. Emotionally abuse is a very, very subtle form of abuse that nobody take into consideration. Even when you're inside of it, you're being emotionally abused, you look at it like somebody loves you, this person want to spend their time with you. But in this video today, I am going to be explaining what emotional abuse is and the telltale signs of how you need to know that you or your sister or your friend or your cousin or your niece, as mothers or as sisters, we need to look out for each other. I'm going to let you know the telltale sign of what to look out for when you think or you suspect that somebody is being abused. But first of all, if this is your first time of coming across my channel, if you like this kind of video, mostly I produce videos about Switzerland. I talk about my life, my experience. But this December period, I decided to do this. I decided to tackle this subject, and in today's episode we're talking about emotional abuse. Please subscribe to my channel if you're coming across my channel for the first time. Turn on the notification bell so that you get notified whenever I post a video. So if this is the kind of video you want to see, let's dive into the video. So first of all, I'm going to be explaining emotional abuse and why people don't see it as a form of abuse. I'm going to be telling you the telltale sign of emotional abuse that you need to look out for. If you happen to be inside, if you happen to end up inside tomorrow, you notice it. These are some of the ways that people abuse one another emotionally. But first of all, I have my phone here. I'm going to be reading to you the Oxford meaning of emotional abuse. What is emotional abuse? Emotional abuse is a way to control another person by using emotions to criticize, embarrass, shame, blame, or otherwise manipulate other people. In general, a relationship is emotionally abusive when there is consistent pattern of abusive words and bullying behavior that weigh down on a person's self-esteem and undermine their mental health. You know, when they beat you, you see the scar on your body, but emotional abuse, it eats into your soul. Sign to know that somebody is going through an emotionally abusive situation. What to notice? First of all is when your spouse or your friend, maybe you're in a relationship or a situationship, and the person tries to spend a lot of time with you. They try to take you away from everybody that you know or loves you. That is a form of emotional abuse. Say, for instance, once a month, you decide, oh, I want to go hang out with my friend. I want to go have coffee. I want to go out for lunch. And the person says, oh, don't go. I want to spend time with you. And the funny thing about emotional abuse, it's very subtle. We never notice it till it accumulates and accumulates and accumulates. By the time you notice it, you're deep trapped, like you have already isolated everybody away from you. That is what an abusive situation causes. When someone wants to emotionally abuse you, they take away everything that you're used to. They take away everybody that think that, because in their head, they think that people might notice and tell you, oh, this is that and this is that. They isolate everybody from you. So making another way to know that you're emotionally abused is making unreasonable demand of you. Let me say, for instance, you finish, maybe your husband went to work, you are at home, you finish making a pot of delicious jollof rice, then you call the person on the phone, you're like, oh babe, I just finished making this jollof rice. So the person's like, oh, I don't feel like eating jollof rice, can you make me pepper soup? Go to the shop and buy me pepper soup. Then you leave all that rice you have cooked, you go to the shop, you buy stuff for pepper soup, you come back and you start cooking that pepper soup for the person. Or for instance, expecting you to put everything aside and meet their need. Maybe you're speaking to your parents on the phone, or you're speaking to your sister, and the person calls you on the phone and you don't pick up. It's drama. So you're expected to cut off the phone call you are having with your mother to answer the person's call. There is no room for negotiation. Oh, I'm speaking to my mom, or I was busy, I didn't hear the phone ringing. No. When they need you, you have to be there, present at that time. That is a very, very big sign of emotional abuse. Criticizing you for everything you do. Maybe you people went out, you're eating this way, the person is like, oh, look at how you're eating, people are looking at you. You sit this way, they say, look at how you're sitting. You stand there, everything you do, like, displeases the person, that even if you cut your head and put on the floor, the person is still going to find a fault in it. That is a very, very strong telltale sign of emotional abuse. You try to undermine yourself to please the person, but you will end up not pleasing that person, because you are who you are. You cannot change yourself for someone else. Another point to know is your opinion doesn't matter. When you are in an emotionally abused situationship or relationship, your opinion doesn't matter. Your opinion doesn't matter. All you do is follow the person behind. As a wife or as a husband, when the person is in crowd and people are talking, you have to answer yes. Or maybe you are having a conversation, you don't have the right to suggest or make an impact, or your opinion makes no sense when you are oh my God, when you're emotionally abused. Undermining your feeling is another point. When you are, maybe you are in an emotionally abusive situation, and maybe you decided, oh, today, you know what, I just want to have a romantic date with my friend or my husband or my situationship partner, and you finish making the bed and tidying up everywhere. Surprise, the person come back home, or you invite the person over, the person comes to the room, sit and like, what kind of nonsense is this? Leave and bang the door. How are you going to feel? So when you see somebody that comes to you and say, oh, I'm in this situation, I don't know what to do about it, what are you going to say? What advice would you give to the person? There are a lot of people that are going through this during this Christmas period. You people are traveling to the village to go spend time with their in-laws, to go spend time with their supposed to be partner, family. You're thinking, how am I going to please these people? How am I going to please my mother-in-law? How am I going to please my sister-in-law? You cook this way, they say, no. You put too much salt. You do that one, they complain. You do this one, you complain. The only thing that you can be in an emotionally abusive situation is try to be who you are. Be true to yourself. If somebody tries to change you, it's not going to last. It's going to be for a while. Because as an adult, we don't relearn characters. We don't relearn traits. We might try to avoid it or try to sugarcoat it and say, oh, this is not happening. Oh, I'm trying to spend time with my spouse. I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to do that. But deep down, you're not happy. For instance, you want to go out with your friends and you come and tell your spouse or your friend, oh, I want to meet up with Wendu today. And the person says to you, oh, Wendu again, but I want to spend time with you. But you are with this person every day of the week. You just need, as humans, as people, we need time to breathe, time to recoup, time to refresh. Maybe hanging out with your friend for 1 hour, you might have coffee, then you come back, you're energized, you have a lot of energy. Because believe it or not, especially in the Western world here, where there is nothing that really distracts you from your house chores and a lot of things, hanging out with friends is the only outing. Or you go out on your own. It might not be friends. You might decide one day, you know what, I just want to go out on my own. I just want to go to Starbucks and sit down and buy coffee and cake and sit down there and just eat and clear my mind. Forget that I'm a wife, forget that I'm a friend, forget that I'm a sister, forget that I'm a mother. Just me in that situation. That is one thing that people, or we need to start practicing. But it's something we're not used to, because sometimes I have a lot of friends that they say, oh, if I go to Starbucks to buy coffee, it's 7 francs, I can make that coffee at home. But you are in a place where someone else is serving you, someone else is treating you, someone else made that coffee. It actually tastes different. Like sometimes the other day I went out with my friend, we had lunch, and the food tasted amazing. It wasn't that the food tasted amazing, it was like somebody, you just sit down, you make order, they bring the food for you, you eat, you pay, you get up and leave. It's very, very satisfying, to be honest. So this is the kind of videos I'm going to be rolling out. Let's create awareness. A lot of people are going through this situation without knowing. They think, oh, I am loved, I am treasured, I am this, I am this. But it's only for a while. It's going to get to a breaking point for you where you can no longer bend to please people. You have to be true to who you are. You have to be yourself. You have to show up for yourself first. In the next video, I'm going to talk about other form, financial, physical, all other form of abuse. I'm going to be talking about it. So stick around, share, like, subscribe, and I'll be seeing you in my next video. Do have an amazing time. When you see somebody going through a situationship or a relationship where there is an abuse involved, please just be kind and show empathy. It might be you tomorrow. It might be your sister. It might be your friend. It might be your daughter. Don't judge people. Try to be empathic. Try to listen to their side of the story. Try to listen and put yourself in their shoe, even if you're not going to feel the pain the way they do. But at least you can be that listening ears. So thank you so much and have an amazing day. Bye till I come to your screen again. Bye.